Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your Devops SRE DevSecOps coach. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to install Docker. Okay, so that is something which I'm going to do, and then after that I'm going to download the image from the hub, and then followed by container. And when it comes for the container, these are the things which I am going to show you, right? So how do we start downloading the Docker? So installing the Docker. So Docker install Devops School Ubuntu, because I have got the Ubuntu VM. So this tutorial will help me. I just said, like pattern, anytime which you are looking for any tutorials of mine, put the Devops School in the search, you will get it. And then this is the tutorial which will help me. Okay, so let me run this. I'm installing Docker, Linux, Ubuntu. Done, 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 and done, done. Yes, done. So guys, I installed the Docker. Can I validate? So Docker enter, yes, installed. Docker version, these are the commands to check the version. Uh, See here, this is the community edition, the 26.1.4. That's I think latest one. And this is the client, this is the server. Okay, so where's the server? So if I say which Docker, this is the client, and which Docker D, this is the server. Spelling mistake. Which Docker D? And there's one more utility, containerd, if you remember. Containerd, here it is. So three utilities, and actually Docker D should be running by default. You can start the process also. Docker D is running right now. Docker is running. Now the question is, how do I see the list of image which we have in this machine, Docker image? If I see the Docker image, the command, and I do not have any images actually. So what do we do? We will download, we'll pull the images from hub.docker.com. But before that, I want to show you the commands which will help you to look at the container. So Docker PS command, which will give you the only running container, but the container can be stopped also. So A for all. So these are the commands. There's one more command I must tell you here, info. This you should spend 5-10 minutes for it. And this is the command, all the information you should go for it, you know, and likewise. Okay, so this is something which we have. Now what we want to do, so guys, the first activity which you completed, that is like installing a Docker. Now what to do? So I'm going to download the Docker image from the registry. So let me show you. So just go for Docker Hub. Here I have showed you already. Go for HTTPD image, the one which you planned. It's a web-based image. That's easy. And this is the command been given, download this image in the local. Enter. Spelling mistake. And done. Now you have images which you downloaded. Done, guys. So can I see that image which we have or not? Here it is. Image is there. Now this image which I downloaded just now, 2 months before it was created, size, each image has the image ID and the name tagged with latest. So now guys, I got this image as per the step number 3. And now what do you want? You have to create a container, start the container. So can we do that? Let me show you. So here, do we have any containers? No. Can we create a container? Docker create container from httpd, enter one container. See, you get a container ID from the image. Inside the image, container command is set up that will run. Created, time, status, created, and each container will get one random name, so you can specify your name also. Let me create one more container, and this time I'll name it Raj 1. And another container I created, you see within a second actually, right? Raj 1. So 2 container is created, status both are created. One more container you can create, third container, and so on. So now if you see that here, I created a container. Now what do we do? Start it. How do we do that? So Docker start. Which container? So let's say I'm going to start this container. You can use a container ID or container name, both you can use it because that's unique. And start it. You see that? One container is running. Another 2 container is in created state. That means not running. Now, can I start one more container? Enter. And second container is running. That means 2 Apache is running within a second. So someone has asked like he wanted to understand the second. Now you understood that? In what way I was saying? You want Apache? Just run quickly. So now what to do? Started that, done. Can I stop this one container? So let me stop this. Docker stop and container ID or container name. I stop this one of the container. And now you see that there is one container which I stopped it is in exit state. The one is running and one is created state. That means 2 not running, 1 is running. Now, can I restart the second container? You can start it back also, but I'm restarting the second container. So up from last 30 seconds, right? And you see here, see, again, you look at the up 31 second, up 1 second. I restarted one of the container. So easy, right? Nothing difficult. Can I pause the container? So let me show you here, Docker ps-a. These are the 3 containers. I want to pause running containers because pause can happen only if it is running. Let me, I'm pausing this one container. That is the second one. And then you see paused. Now what will happen in the paused? Docker stats. This command will show you that how much CPU, RAM is being used by the running container. So the paused container, what will happen? CPU utilization will not be there. Only RAM utilization will be there. Okay. So now if you want to unpause it, same command you can use it with unpause. Bad command, space, extra, unpause. That's all. And see again up about a minute. So I paused it. So pause containers will not consume CPU, only RAM memory. And then again, if you unpause it, it will start consuming CPU based on the uses of container. Finally, I'm going to kill one container. Kill means you can kill only running container. That makes sense, right? So kill one of the container. I'm using this time name of the container Raju1, which is running. And you see killed. And finally, you cannot remove the container which is running, but if it is exited and created, you can do that. So Docker RM.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay,
you.
so what I was trying to say, because I don't know what happened, my headphones are not in a good mood today. I thought when you started two containers with the same port, you won't have problems with that
Ha, that's a
because
very
you
good, very
exposed the same port. You exposed
and you see,
two containers with the same port.
but you look at this image here. What I was saying. Let's say in the VM world, there is a this image. Oh my God, how come it could be so? Oh, where to? It's here. So in the VM world, each user is running Apache and they're using same port network. So they don't have a they cannot run it. Only one can use it 80 port or something. But remember here in container separate network you have separate network, separate network. So here also 80 port, here also internally 80 port, here also
I
80 port.
agree. I agree with that, but I'm mentioning that you may. I don't know if you expose the ports
I have
on
not
the
exposed.
containers.
I have not
So
exposed.
then you would have a problem, right? Because you are exposing the same port for two separate containers. So
Ha.
maybe it could
So
be a weird situation then.
ha. So that is the problem which I'm solving in the Kubernetes actually. Not
Okay. Then you
not
need
today.
to put something in the front.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay. All good then.
yeah, yeah. So all these container, if you look at this, I just run all this container and it's running on 80, 80, 80. I can expose one of the container at the same port also, but I'll talk about it. Just give me a few minutes more, right? So guys, this is so simple. So that kill, and then finally I'm going to remove it. So let me stop it again. So Docker stop all containers. I'm going to stop in one go. And then finally, now is in stop. So finally I can delete all
Um,
containers. And
so how do we access these containers? Will that be separate
yes,
machine?
yes, gone,
Okay.
gone. So guys, you see that so simple, I pull the image, created a container, started a container, stop the container, restart the container, pause the container, look at the utilization of the container, unpause the container, kill the container, start the container, stop the container, remove the container. So easy. This is not a complication. So this is called container life cycle. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the container life cycle. So now next question is, okay, see guys, very simple logic. When you run a VM, virtual machines, what do? You consume it, right? So then now you are running containers and certain applications for that. So you are going to consume it. Simple. Now the question is how? But before that, before talking about how to consume containers, I'm going to talk about few things more because I'm lazy guy. So see here, what I do, I basically pull that container and after that created a container and then started the container. So these are the three things I did this. Okay, these are the three things. Okay, these are the three things. So can I make it one thing? Can I make it short command? And that is where we have a one command which is called run. So run command will do what? Run command is a shortcut command, you can say. Run command will pull the image if it is not there, then create one container, always remember run always create a container, and then start it. And plus one more thing it will do, attach to container. Yeah, now then you'll ask what is attach. So basically whatever the process which container is running with, PID1 typically I say, so that it will get attached the console. Right now, who are you? Let me find out who am I. I am a bash. So at that time, when you say attach, you'll become a container. Okay, so that is a run command. Pull, start, create, start, and attach. Let me show you. So Docker run httpd. So this will create one container. Same time it will attach to the container. Oh, my bad. See here, I lost my console. I was a bash. Now I'm Apache. So I lost the console. So you have to open up another console to run the commands now. See here, this container is running. Now if I do the control C, container will be killed. Container will be killed. See, it's not running. So if you see that here, docker ps -a is got exited. So this is something which we have a shortcut command. So then you'll say, Rajesh, I don't want to attach. What to do? Nothing great about it. -d. That means it will pull this, create it, start it, but not attach to it. Do not attach to the container. So how do we do that? You see that? Let me show you. So clear the screen. Docker run -d http d. Enter one container, two container, three container, four container, five container. My God, six, six container, seven container, seven container, and see so many Apache within a second, and that's the power of container. I mean, Docker container. Look at this. Just a 4 GB RAM you have, and still you can create 10 more containers actually. See here, look at it, and see here. So many Apache is running on 80 port, and so on. So this is the one. So if you want to follow this shortcut, you can do that as well. Are you clear now?
Yes.
Okay. Now guys, one concept I must address here, and this concept, if you do not understand and you do not keep in mind, then you'll always will be confused, and then you will blame me saying that Rajesh did not cover this topic, or I'm not able to understand, though I spent some time. So always remember, hard code this statement in your mindset. Remember, what is that? So physical server is running cause of PID1. Yes, PID1. PID1 means first process. Okay, let me show you. And this is the Windows machine, and this is the first process is PID4 here, and that is running kernel. If I kill that kernel for PID4, system will shut down actually abruptly, abnormal shutdown. VM server is also running. VMs is running cause of PID1. Cause of PID1. Let me show you the VM. This is my VM right now I created. ps-eaf. See here. This is the kernel PID1, and the 0 is the PPID for that. Because of that. That means if you kill that, your kernel system will shut down again. VMs will shut down again. So same way guys, the container is running state. Container is running cause of PID1. Cause of PID1. Yes, PID1. How? Let me show you. So guys, if you remember, when I did docker run -d httpd, see here one container get created. See here, all containers. This is the one I got created just now. Okay, but if I use some other image, let's say Ubuntu image, and downloading is happening now. Download is in progress. Container got created, and if I see that, see exited. So why this is not the same behavior? Apache image is running same command, but Ubuntu is getting exited. How come? So what has happened? The image of Apache is been built in a way so the PID one of this image will keep running, and this is the PID one will keep running. Okay, means it's like a kind of background process, you can say, or kind of service. Kind of, it's not service, but kind of. But lots of other things also you need to understand slowly. But in Ubuntu image, you know what? This is set bin bash, and bin bash is not a D, it's not a daemon. Remember that it's bin bash utility, and here is it was a daemon. So what happened? This ran and then exited. You see here, exit means it ran and exit. Okay, so some image is been designed to perform the activity. Let's say ls hyphen d I have to remove. See here, it print the ls in the container, whatever it was, and then got exited. So how you design the software? It's again questions. So here, why it got exited? Because the PID one got exited, which was ls for in this case. I override it here, bin bash. So understand this concept all the time. Some containers will keep on running because of the PID one. Some containers will not, will exit after running because of PID one. Who sets the PID one? Image developer. Why, how they set and what logic they apply, that is a different topics which we need to explore. But I'm feeding this question in your mind so you remember. One more statement I want you to remember all the time, and that is here PID one has to be kernel only. Yes, in the physical server. VM server also PID one has to be kernel only. But you know what? Interesting things in container, PID one can be literally anything. Anything means XYZ means anything. Here you look at this. These Apache containers, PID one is this one. But if you look at this container bin bash, in this container ls, and let me tell you, anything means XYZ, right? I said, let me make it XYZ also. XYZ, and error is there, but you see XYZ. Run, and executables was not inside X container, so it did not run it.
Sorry, sorry, I don't catch why it exit. Could you repeat the idea why it exit? I
Ha,
mean,
so
yeah, sorry.
no problem. So here exit means, understand this. If you remember, container got where, why is not working? Ha, so container got first created, then started, okay, and then stopped. The moment you stop or kill, these two things you do, then exit status come. Correct now? So that means container started. That's the reason is started, exited. Means it started with and run with ls or bin bash. But here if you see same command, I run it and it was created. Why? Because XYZ is not inside a container. So it did not run it. It created but not started, because that not run it. So and then it got in the created state. Simple logic. But
So okay, so in the Ubuntu container, there was one command which did
which was
something,
this?
yeah,
This ls was there in a Ubuntu container. Bin
yeah.
bash was there in a Ubuntu container, but XYZ was not there. So that's the reason it ran and exited.
Okay, so we can, for example, put some loop with while true in such container, and
Daemon,
it will be
daemon,
yeah
yeah,
such.
you have to run as a service daemon. There is a process when you create an image, then those topics we need to focus on it. And I have a videos I'll share with you offline, and then you can practice over there. Okay, so remember that these two commands, always you need, these two statements, always you need to remember. If you do not understand this, then you will find different behavior of container, and then you will get frustration. Okay, it's not about the frustration. It's all about how in the image has been designed by the developer. Okay. Okay, so now the next question what we have, and that is also very important, is let's say you created a container, you started a container, you did all this thing, and then you found out the shortcut also. You understand some of the behaviors also. But the question is how to use container. That is very important, right? How do we use the container? Guys, don't give so much importance to the container. Why? Because whatever you've been doing from last 20, 30 years with the compute unit, you can do with a container. Let's put in a context. Let's say you have a laptop or virtual machine. What do? How do you use it? So one, you go inside a VM, simple thing, or go inside a laptop. That is something you do. Okay, that is something you do. Second thing, what do? Access the applications which is running in your laptop or VM using access app using network. This is something you do. For example, let's say Apache you are running. The IP address 80 port, or Tomcat is running IP address 8080 port, something like that, right? So you do the two things, right? So if you can do with the VM and the laptop, why you are giving special attention? Now the question is how can we go inside? Now when I say you can go inside, basically how human can interact with a compute unit. How do you do that? So guys, we are using SSH for Linux, right? We are using SSH. If you remember, we all have a Linux and we use the SSH protocol to connect with the compute. So same thing you can do with container also. So how do we go inside a container? So command is docker execute contid interactive way, and then ss shell means human being. You're human, right? You are going to interact with the shell. This is the one. So basically what is this? Docker exec contid container id and ls. What this command will do? So docker will execute this particular command in a container. Okay, let me show you. So here docker ps, so many containers are there. I'm using one of the container, docker execute container id ls. See, but what will happen if you want to go inside a container? Then docker will execute what? Shell, because you are a human, right? Without shell you cannot connect with, you cannot communicate with the compute. Shell in an interactive way. Container id, can I show you? So docker exec hyphen it any container id, and a bin bash should be there in every containers. Where are you right now? Any idea?
In the container.
Yes,
No, inside the
and you,
container is root.
yes, and don't give so much importance. Inside a container, you can run all Linux command because the Linux image, right? So do whatever you want inside a container. You are inside a container. You see here, ls root. You have a root over there.
Can we
Every,
upload something to container?
why not?
Upload something, yeah. Okay.
Yes, yes. wget whatever the command, because it's a shell, right? So you have to use everything command, right? Ping google.com. See, network is there or not? Ping is not there. What to do? So update it. Oh, this operating system, I don't know. So I'm exiting from this container because Apache, right? I'll create one container from Ubuntu. ITD Ubuntu. This is a container this is the container I created, Ubuntu, and I will go inside that exec itd bin bash. This container I know that because it's Ubuntu, and ping is not there, right? Yeah. So apt get update. This is the basic image, right? So you have to fill all this extra software. So I'm updating it, and after that I'll install the net tools, which will bring the ping also. So apt get install net hyphen tools, and now ping will be there. Oh, ping is not there. Do we have a ping itself? I don't know. Oh no, ping, this one I guess. Wrong package. Hmm. I install the ping and google.com. See, network is there. Got it? So now this is inside a container. Exit. So here, if you want to go inside a container, you can execute shell because you are a human being. It can be bash, it can be con, it can be sh, whatever it's there in the container. You can do that in interactive mode. Okay, so that is the first thing. Second thing is how to access using network. So I don't know. Let me check this. Here, how many containers we have? So Apache so many containers, right? So let me check the network of each container. I mean one container. The command is inspect command and then container ID. This is a very powerful command, I must tell you. You can run against the container with image, with volumes and many other objects of Docker. See here, complete detail about the containers. I know that it is so early to understand the container, but here, if you see, this is the IP address of the container, of this particular container. Do you want to access through curl? So localhost curl HTTP. This IP address scope is local. So you can access, see, I can access within a VM, but if you want to access this IP address from outside of machine, then you cannot do that because the scope of that IP is only within a VM. So different container will have a different IP address. So many containers you have, right? So each one of these will have IP address, separate one. And that scope will be local, accessible local. So guys, this is how you can access the container, access the container using network. But then you will say, Rajesh, there is a Apache and I am able to access through curl. That's okay. But what I will do with it? With curl, website you can't consume on the curl, right? What do we do in this case? And that is where one options which has been given. I want to draw pictures before doing this. So let's understand this. Simple image. So this is you, okay? And then this is my laptop which I'm using VM right now. So can you connect to this VM? Yes, just the reason I was able to SSH, right? See, but container is running here, container is running here, container is running here. This is which having one IP address, two IP address, three IP address. The IP address of this one scope is local. That means if you want to access this IP address, not allowed. So what we do? There is one concept which you call it port forwarding. Let me remind you, the whole world, including internet, works on the port forwarding, including AWS, Azure, everything. Okay, so the whole world is a collections of so many network, so many LANs, so many WANs, and each of these are doing the port forwarding to each other through the switches and then a router. So what we do in this case? So what I'm going to do, I am going to send the traffic. I'm going to route the traffic. So I will hit 80 port here. Remember, you can have only one 80 port because this one machine, one network, right? Here, and this time the traffic will be redirected to this one. But the next time I cannot use 80 port because host has only one network, right? So you have to change 81 to this 180. 82 to this one because this has a own network. They're able to run on 80, 80, 80, But here, because there's one network 2 on the host machine, you cannot use multiple 80 because 81, 82, 83. And that's what the container is. Each container got their own network, right? So now this, you understood this, all of you? Port forwarding concept?
Yes.
Yeah. So now the question is, how do we do that? So before that, I want to clear all the container, but I'm lazy. So I want to find out the commands for it. Docker stop and remove all container Devops cool. And this will help me. So this command will stop all container in one go. And this command will remove all the containers in one go. Wonderful. So done. So guys, now how do we do the port forwarding for the containers? So Docker run -d httpd. This command we run it now. We have to add -p and 80 80. So first one is host port. First one is host port, means this port. Second one is a container port. You can't change the container port because HTTPD is running on default 80. This is the first one you see here, right? And then you can't run second one on 80 external host one. See here, second one. You Docker PS. See here. So here 81, 80, both container on 80. So can I access now container? Let me access it. So what is IP address? IP address 80 port, see 81 port. It will not be accessible because firewall is blocked actually. For this, let me open up a firewall in security groups. Sometimes I find very difficult to work with. See. So 81, right? Else I will allow all the port and delete here. This is bad practice, but I'm doing it, allowing everything. And then 81. See, you can have multiple container now, but the port will be different. So you can access this now. That means whenever I hit to those ports of the host machine, this host machine redirect to that internal containers. Because of this command will create routing -p. Let me show you history. This command will create a routing in the host machine, and the moment I hit it on the host machine, it will reroute to the container IP address.
Rajesh,
Yeah,
so for Ubuntu, it is terminating automatically, right? Once you create and execute the command and it is exiting, right? Stopping.
IPD
So,
D you add it. It will not terminate. You have to do add D. D will make the bin bash as a daemon.
okay, so
See.
let us say that I did not put as a daemon.
Hmm.
I just want to try to understand one use case of using without being a daemon. Like, in which kind of scenarios we use these containers only for executing commands.
Okay. So I'll give you a very simple example. Uh, See, I'll tell you. Now let's say when you say up HTTP, so it's application, right? When you can consume this application, when it's running keep running, then only you can consume this application, right? Web server, oh, correct? But let's say you want to use Python, think about it, or Bash, or Java, something like that. In order to run Java program or Python program or Bash command, you don't need to keep running. Keep running, I'm saying. Your work is done. Let the container get killed automatically. Why to waste the resources? So here, let's say I want to run ls in the container. See, ls is just example. Okay, it can be long command also. Docker run ubuntu ls. Output is done, and then container is gone. It's gone. You see, you have used ubuntu. Why you have used you wanted to run ls. Let's say you wanted to run python. So here, docker run what is that, python image, and you will use some example opt x.py. Okay, x.py should be in the image, I mean in the image itself. You run this, though this image, this code will not be there. I'm just showing you example. Creating a container, it'll try to run that x.py. You have to, I should have provided python x.py or something. Are you getting the logic?
Yeah, yeah. I'm just thinking. Yeah, I got the point. I'm just so it is like a process, Docker. For
Yeah,
example, let us say that I run a GUI application. So
yeah.
as long as that is up and open and running like a
Then
browser
you
or
can
any
use
kind,
it. Yeah, then only you
and
can use it.
once you close it, Docker gets terminated. Sorry, container gets terminated.
No, 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 no. Doc, what I'm trying to say, there are certain application which has to be running in order to use it. There are certain application you don't need to keep running in order to use it. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm just thinking about Java application. For example, I
Also,
have developed.
Java. Okay, think about it. I'll give you context. Do you need Java to be 24 by 7 running in order to run your Java program? I said run Java program to test Java program. No,
Then
Java program
okay.
has run. Work is completed. Let's get rid of the compute. But if you running some banking application which is written in Java, which has a Tomcat, this, that, and blah, 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 then you need to keep running, right?
Hmm. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Okay. So guys, this is something what you have. Now, what to do? So now here, I will give you one simple task. I'll give you one simple task, two tasks here. I want you to hands-on little bit, uh, and then I want you to give me the answer for some of the questions. So what I want to give you hands-on. Let me share with you. So this is the server IP. Share with you. And each one of you can log in, but I think you have to come out of the VPN. Ubuntu, and the password is Rajesh123. Let me set the password though. I have not set it up to be honest. So vi etc sh d and password authentications, right? Yes, enter. And now I need to restart the services. So systemctl restart sshd, set the password ubuntu rajesh123 rajesh123. So guys, now this will work. Now you will have a command to run, right? So which command? So I call it this as a uh, docker container life cycle. Okay, and then put the Devops school in end of it. This is my tutorial, And here all these things explanation I did it already. And if you go to the bottom side, list of command which I want to run it, I want you to run it, this whatever I showed you the demo, this one. So this I want you to do a little bit of hands-on and then some theoretical stuff.
Have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.